What's up, all you Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Mans out there? My name is Chris.
And I'm Robbie, please.
This week, we're going to talk about how Activision may be taking Call of Duty back to its roots. We're going to talk Destiny 2 and what we want to see and don't want to see from it. And finally, with the new month, we've got new PlayStation Plus and games with gold.
That's all this and more on this episode of Super Game Knobs.
Let's do this.
Woo! And welcome to this week's episode of Super Game Knobs. How y'all doing out there? How's your week so far, Chris? What you been doing this week?
My week's been pretty good. Nothing too exciting. Let's see. Playing a little Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Again. Well, I'm trying to get that speed run down, so I want to be able to get it under like maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
Be able to beat the whole game in 4 hours, and then let's see. I played Mass Effect. I'm actually almost finished with Mass Effect. I'm getting right near the end.
That's surprising. That just came out. You're already.
Well, you know me. I'm gonna blast those games as quick as possible because I'm trying to get ready for the review. That will be my next review. Will be Mass Effect. Hopefully, we'll have that before the 16th episode or the April 16th episode.
Mm.
And then fought in the dust storm.
Fought in the dust storm of Las Vegas.
We had if you're from Vegas, you know this, but if you're not from Vegas, this past week we had a hell of a sandstorm.
Yeah, it was like being inside of a Dyson vacuum, pretty much. It was intense.
Or a Darude song. Baka baka pop. But yeah, I mean, it's been kind of a casual. You know what actually is terrible about that sandstorm?
What happened?
So, normally when you go get your car cleaned, it rains, right?
Yeah.
So I go get my car cleaned, and it doesn't just. If it had just rained, I would have been fine with that because I waxed it. Let's put some good wax on it. But I didn't just get hit with rain. Now my car looks like a spotted leopard. It's just covered.
Pollen.
And so when I was leaving the office the other day, I shut the door, and I literally saw dust just bounce right off. Like, that's how hard that sandstorm was. And I saw a picture where it looked like someone was driving into Mad Max. Just...
It's been one hell of a week, that's for sure.
So what you been up to this week? Anything exciting?
Me? Just been adding to my Hyrule Compendium, just playing more of that, doing some shrines, still finding my way through Hyrule, having a lot of fun with that Switch, I'm telling you.
So you're really getting in. Have you taken down your first Divine Beast yet?
No, I'm working my way over there right now. I've got to say, though, I mean, I'm really impressed with this game. I don't know. I have a lot of friends. I'm sure you guys are like me out there who are ADD when it comes to playing games. I can't keep my focus on something. I'll have to, switch it. Oh, way to go.
No, it's fine.
Switch that around, so I'll play something maybe for an hour and switch it up. But for Zelda, I've been just nonstop, 2, 3 hour, 4 hour sessions until the Switch dies and I have to drop it into the dock. I have not been playing a game like this for a long time.
And I think that game kind of caters that. That game is so easy to get lost in because it doesn't say, hey, go here, do this now, because if you don't, then you're going to lose. It really caters to you just kind of playing.
No,
and
I've been
playing to your own style.
I don't really have an objective. I just kind of I have the Divine Beasts, objective where you have the 4 points, and I'm just kind of working my way towards something.
And that's what's great about it. You could just run to them. I ran to my first Divine Beast to see what one of those was like, but then you just kind of casually just go through it at your own leisure. I've just the other day completed my first maze that I had no idea. I had been by this area for so many times, and then one day I'm just climbing across the mountains. I'm like,
I heard about there's one a maze when you look down. You look down and it appears, but it only has a certain hour or something like that.
I don't know if it appeared at a certain. I just saw it and I was just like, I'm taking this thing, and then I beat it and I get a piece of barbarian armor that raises my attack. I had no idea that armor even existed, and so I'm still finding just insane stuff to do in the game. The game is. I don't know. I don't see myself getting tired of this game anytime soon.
There's so many little random things that happen too that I still have no idea what they mean. I was going down and it was nighttime and I just see a shooting star coming down and just land somewhere. But unfortunately, I got attacked by a guardian, so I had to do that, and then eventually I lost track of it, but I still want to find out what that was.
Yeah.
There's so many little, what is that?
I saw one time a smoke in the distance, and I'm like, what is that? And I go over to it, and some lady's trying to perfect her ability to cook or something like that, and she's doing, but she can't cook, so she's trying to make you make these atrocious dishes, and that's why it's smoking, and, Yeah, I mean, it's just funny like that. And then I also heard, didn't you see Ghost in the Shell this
Yeah,
weekend?
I saw. I don't really go out to the movies very often, but I did get a chance to see Ghost in the Shell this week. I don't know. Have you seen any of the other like anime live action adaptations? Like,
Well, I've seen not like
because I'm
any
kind
by
of
Hollywood. I saw Dragon Ball. We won't even talk about that. Just
no, that doesn't count.
I
I
mean,
mean, like, there's what was it, Death Note.
well, see, yeah,
There's,
those were different because those were made in Japan, made by the original creators were kind of involved in that, as well as they used. What was cool about that one was the English dubs used the English voice actors from the anime, so that was great.
Okay.
But speaking of Death Note, I'm glad you brought that up. Is Netflix has their Death Note movie coming out, which is all American, which. I don't know how I feel about it, but Death Note is such a cool concept that I think they could do it well, and it is Netflix. They've had some failures, but they've had more home runs than strikes.
And they've got the money to make it happen. Hopefully Ryuk doesn't look like another like plastic.
It's Ryuk is played by Willem Dafoe.
Okay.
Yeah, like
that's cool.
The trailer just recently came out, and like
I can see a Green Goblin kind of look. He's got that going for him.
There's the one side of me that's kind of like, I don't know how this is going to be, because Death Note, I love Death Note.
Yeah.
And I mean, the creator of that, I believe, did Attack on Titan. Wasn't that the same guy? I believe so. And which is the second season of that came out this
Season
week.
2 on Hulu. Yeah. Yep. Go watch that.
But yeah, so speaking of Ghost in the Shell, I mean, how was it?
Okay, so being that I haven't, that's why I asked you if you've seen any of the other ones, because I honestly have not. I said, don't really watch that many movies, but this one, I would say, Hollywood's take on an anime. They try to. Okay, they know there's those key moments where I'm sure you guys seen this on YouTube, the comparison shots between the trailers and those key parts, like her falling off the building, coming in, and various other ones. So they do try to keep it, somewhat close shot for shot in some of the scenes. Some of them fall flat as far as like the action goes, because I just think like the CG, how do I put it? Like it kind of like you're looking at these real life people and they have like anime physics on them. So it just kind of takes you out of it. It looks weird.
Well, see, one thing I did hear about was visually stunning, and I know they changed the story up a little bit. We don't have to spoil anything because I still want to see it. But I did hear that they changed the story up a little bit. But for the most part, the movie is visually impressive.
I would say so, because I mean, whereas what I was really worried about was scenes where they show the city and stuff like that, where it would feel like in most movies just like kind of a set. And this one, it felt like a living city. They put the attention to detail. You've got the characters running around with all the different face paint and different cybernetics and all this cool looking stuff. So you've got that variation. They took attention to that detail, and it feels live.
Do you think they'll do another one?
The way they left the way they left it, yeah, I think so.
Well, I think they will too, because they invested a lot of money in this, and I know the creator was a little bit involved with it, and because there was that whole whitewashing backlash that came out, and he stepped in and said, "Hey guys, she was never supposed to be modeled after a Japanese person."
No, true, yeah.
But I mean, that's a whole another argument. But
ScarJo is pretty good in it.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
she's got that. I think she has a voice for it too, where she's kind of got that grittier kind of like, I don't know. She brings it in this movie, I think.
Yeah, and I definitely really want to see it. And I generally don't listen to other people's reviews too much. I'm going to go into that defining it, with my expectations.
No, I didn't even read anything about it when I went into it. I honestly just saw the trailer and obviously know the concept behind the anime, watching the movie but I didn't have any expectation going into it, and I would say watch it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you like anime movies, another big piece of news came out this week that they were in talks with Jordan Peele to do the Akira movie, which I've heard some backlash about. And I'm looking at people like, why are you backlashing against Jordan Peele? Like, I think he can do it.
He just did. He did Get Out. Right?
He did Get Out, and I mean, he's from Key and Peele, so everyone's thinking, oh, Key and Peele guy. Like, but no, I think he can do it. I think he can actually make a good Akira movie.
He's a nerd.
And he's a nerd at heart, and he has an anime side to him, and I think he could pay it the respect it's due. He's a fan, and I'm hoping, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth when I say this, but I'm hoping he can actually deliver on a solid movie, and I have faith that Jordan Peele can do an Akira movie, so I'm all on board with that. So please, I would love to see a live-action Akira movie. Just please don't ruin it.
I just want to see a badass looking bike. Like, I just want a badass version of that bike, man.
Oh yeah, like and to see that on live screen. There's so much they can do now with CG, and that movie could be really awesome, or it could fall like a bomb.
I mean, I'm just thinking of that scene at the end with the giant baby and the weird. Oh, how would they even? I don't know.
It'd be like the 2010 Space Odyssey or whatever it was, not 2001, but the sequel to it that had that baby back, and it was really weird. But anyways, guys, we hope you had a wonderful week as well. But let's get into some news.
April 1st.
Well, it's actually April 2nd. Sunday. Yesterday was April 1st. We don't have any April Fool's jokes for you.
No,
we're not that creative. But I did like what Netflix did with the Netflix Live.
Yeah, we were just watching a little bit of that.
Will Arnett. He's basically just if you haven't seen that, I don't know how long they're gonna have it up, but check Netflix. Look for Netflix Live. It's just like 45 minutes of Will Arnett commenting on household items like your microwave. He comments on like an office printer at one point, a toaster, and it's just funny. It's nothing exciting.
I don't know how long he'll get through it.
But like you could probably make it through like 3 segments and then move on. But no, that was cool. But we don't have anything for you guys. But
it is the start of a new month.
It is the start of the new month. Actually, before we jump into that, let's last episode we announced the giveaway. We just kind of want to bring that up again. If you haven't entered yet,
very important.
We're giving away this bad boy. Just go to episode 4, click the annotation. We'll have that up here.
Yep.
Go to episode 4, watch it. At the end of the episode, we talk about the giveaway, and in the details of that episode, we also have how you can win this.
Yes.
Basically, you're going to comment, and all you really got to do, I'll go ahead and tell you the rules. You must be a subscriber.
Yeah.
You need to comment on episode 4. In my review of Zelda, I referenced 2 movies. Just name one of the movies, guys, and I'll give you a hint. One of them's a terrible impersonation of a 1994 character from a film by the same name. Check that out. All you got to do is mention one of those, and you'll be entered to win. We've got
a clue.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people entering.
Actually, I've never seen. My phone has never blown up.
It's blowing up with all the people commenting. So thanks, guys, for commenting. Get on there and do that. This is just the first place prize, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you don't win this,
you still have a chance. There's still something else you can get.
Win this bad boy, which I kind of want to go buy my own now.
No, that's cool. Yeah, it's a lot thicker than I thought it was. There's some content in there.
And just this, because it's the hardback version. And what I really like is this kind of case it comes in.
So what is it? It's like this is like a tips and tricks basically. It's a collection of tips and tricks.
Yeah, it's got like a bunch of and it goes through kind of like a nostalgic kind of history of the games, and it's got just a bunch of strats for some of the games, not all of them that are even on NES Classic, but just a lot of different strategies, and it's made by Prima. So, it's good quality.
It's all Nintendo Power type.
And it's got this kind of tactile feel to it, where even like the triangle, because it looks like a cartridge, in case you can't tell, an old Nintendo cartridge. Even to the top where it has that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And the bottom has like that. So
because it's in its own sleeve, you can like pull it. It's in
like
the case.
They need to make a giant Nintendo so I can just. Slide it in there, but so this is the second place prize. If you don't get for the first place, you'll get this. We'll do a drawing for this one as well, and then also in that episode, which will be premiering on the 16th. But you have to have your entries in by the 14th of April. If you don't get them in by the 14th of April, you won't be entered because we'll be announcing it on the April 16th episode.
Right.
And also in that episode, we'll be announcing another exciting giveaway.
Yeah, we got something else in the works, but more on that later, of course.
Anyways, like you said, it's the beginning of a new month.
Beginning of the new month,
and just like our first episode.
That's right, actually, bringing it all back. This has been a month, so now we get to start all over again.
Yep.
We got some new games for, let's see.
Do you want to do Xbox or PlayStation?
You know what, how about we start with PlayStation first, just because I like the Xbox One. So for PlayStation this month, we've got, I'm just going to go down the list of it. It's Drawn to Death.
Which I'm so excited about.
On PS4, we've got Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time on PS4. I'll explain that a little bit. Invisimals. I've been trying to pronounce that off camera for like the past 10 minutes. Invisimals, The Lost Kingdom on PS3, Alien Rage on PS3, 10 Second Ninja, and Curses and Chaos, which are both PS Vita and PS4 cross-buys. Let me see. Drawn to Death is the one you said you wanted to check
That
out.
one-
That's the standout, I think, this
Mhm.
month for sure.
I think that's the A plus, not like AAA title thing, but that's the one that looks most promising of all these.
Yeah, it was kind of like a brawler shooter type
Mhm.
third person game.
With a very cool, like it's got heart. Like the whole, basically the basic concept is you're a high school kid and you're living out like these dreams in his notebook. He's drawing all these different characters, but it's a shooter. It's like an arena type shooter.
Yeah.
And you'll pick your different characters, and each character has their own different abilities. Some of them, and they play on different characteristics of the actual artist's life,
Right.
kind of. So you have someone that imitates his stepdad. You've got
Yeah.
all these different kind of characters, but then they've also got their own like themes. You got the one that kind of looks like an old school pixel kind of character with like the old pixel hearts and all this other stuff, and it's got like that crude humor of teenagers. Yeah. So I think that's going to be the most promising title.
A monkey throwing poop, I think, was one of the weapons. Yeah, so really weird. Lovers in a dangerous space time with some sort of co-op. This co-op game where you're trying to control a space station through a course, and you're just like changing different modules together. You're not controlling the ship directly. You're just changing. You're jumping on consoles. One guy's shooting rocks out of the way while the other guy pilots it. It's a cool concept. Free, check it out.
I mean, and then that one I think is probably the next best on the list, because the rest of them just kind of seem. And
Visimals was like I think it's based on a show. I
don't know. It doesn't look like something I'd be interested in.
Alien Rage was a. They did some sort of like hardcore. They wanted to be some balls to the wall like alien first person shooter thing. It's nah. And then the other games, some indie.
And I think Sony keeps doing that with this indie stuff.
They want to push. They do want to push that.
I don't think that's a bad way to go. But when compared to what they used to give out on PS3, I mean, we were getting good games almost every single month, like one big game every single month. And what I'm actually surprised by is that they haven't given out Infamous Second Son yet.
That's been. I think that's kind of been the overall consensus here, is that PlayStation Plus, as far as like the games you're getting, have been on the decline. What does Xbox have, for example?
Xbox this month, I mean, and they've got another gold kind of good month here. I mean, for the Xbox One, you're going to get Rise, which I haven't bought yet because it did not ever look like a $40, $50. It looked like a $20 title. It was a launch
game, though, right?
Yeah, it was a launch game, but I have heard good things about it. Like people say it's fun, it's got the graphics are cool, and
I would say it's like the Order 1886 for Xbox One. It's like their version of it.
Yeah, with Roman gladiators. Looks fun. I'm pretty sure if you have an Xbox One, you've either heard about it, you played a demo, or because that was a big title when they launched it. So I'm actually finally excited to actually check that out. And then number 2, for the Xbox One, you get Walking Dead Season 2, which is Telltale title. And if you've played Season 1, this picks up from that. If you haven't played any of these titles, like as far as any of the Walking Dead seasons, the Telltale ones, I recommend them. They're fun. The first season was fantastic. Second season's fantastic. Third season's kind of hit or miss right now.
They're a good game to play with, maybe a significant other or something like that, because it's something you both can kind of get into, or you like making choices together
and it's got those shocking moments where you're like, "Oh my!"
It's almost like watching a show. So.
Yeah. It's like a sit back kind of interactive movie episode from the show. There's gameplay mechanics to it as well, and a lot of quick time events and stuff. But again, if you haven't played any of the Telltale games, this might be a good chance to jump in with Season 2. And Season 2 can stand out on its own, but if you play Season 1, you're going to appreciate Season 2 much more because there's some returning characters. Anyways, and then for Xbox 360s, you get Darksiders. Was it Darksiders 1 or 2?
1.
1. Okay, so those games are fantastic too. They're more like a kind of, I don't want to say fantasy, but they are kind of fantasy-ish. It's like a Assassin's Creed kind of running and hack and slash.
I always thought it felt kind of like Devil May Cry to me a little
Devil May Cry is a good comparison, just not quite as fast-paced as Devil May Cry. And then
Devil May Cry meets World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah. Darksiders 2, I think, was a lot better. It had a more open world to it. I mean, the first one's kind of got some openness to it, but those are fun games. And then finally, Xbox, again, is giving us another great title with Assassin's Creed Revelations, which wasn't as good as, Assassin's Creed 2 or maybe even Brotherhood, but it's in the Ezio collection.
I think it ties that all up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the end. It's the kind of the end of the Ezio collection or the Ezio era of Assassin's Creed. So that's another great game. And when looking at these two lists, and okay, there's two sides. There's two ways I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
One, you've got Xbox is just delivering with their games with gold, but otherwise, Xbox doesn't have anything beside any exclusives coming out this spring. Like if you're a PlayStation owner, you have got a slew of stuff to play right now. And in Tuesday, you've got Persona 5 coming out.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're excited for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
you've piqued my interest now.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sony is just killing it with the exclusives
Absolutely.
right now. I mean, that's the second game that's getting in the 90s,
Mhm.
like as far as review scores. And I'm not really a fan of those, but if you want to take a look at those, like Metacritic, Sony is really kind of killing it with their exclusives. And then you look at Xbox, and really all you've got to play this spring is Mass Effect. And just wait for my review.
Yeah.
Like
not to fanboy at all. It's just, I mean, that's
no,
just
it's
how
not.
it
It's
is,
not
right?
like, and it's
That's
just
just-
it's weird this spring because I mean Sony just has games coming out. I mean, if you're a Sony player or
Yeah,
your
Final
wallet
Fantasy-
is emptying.
yeah, Final Fantasy 15 coming out.
Kingdom
for that
Hearts
not too
just
long ago.
dropped, the
Kingdom
two-
Hearts just dropped. Like, yeah, there's an endless slew of games right now.
Mhm.
The backlog is insane.
Yeah, and it's just kind of crazy that I mean I figured I don't know. I don't want to just make it sound like I'm a fanboy because I actually like all consoles. I'm here to play any game where I can get it. But it's just weird because I'm looking at my Xbox right now and I'm like, yeah, you're getting a little dusty there, boy.
Actually, yeah, yes.
You know, like he needs some loving. Maybe, I don't know, but I think I'm going to jump in here and play Rise finally, so that's going to give me a reason to kick that on. So, and then I might even go through Assassin's Creed again. So I get some time, you know. But
Well, you know what? Maybe we could probably fire up on the Xbox One. Maybe have you been playing any shooters on there at all?
I've got Halo. I've got all the Halos. I haven't even touched 5. I don't know. I went through the Master Chief Collection. I beat the first 3, which I still think are fantastic games. And the redone work that they did on 2 was impressive. Like the animation stuff. That's still one of the better games on there. But mostly I used my Xbox One to play Forza.
You didn't have what about Battlefield? You don't have Battlefield on there? Is that PS4?
Yeah, I've got Battlefield on PS4. And it's just, I just got it on PS4 because that's where everyone else plays. So that's where all our buddies play. But I mean, and they had Quantum Break, which I did like. So it's not like I like having the Xbox. I still think it's they still have a better UI than PlayStation. But I don't know. They need more games. I'm hoping Microsoft steps it up this year. And please give me Cuphead. I have been waiting for that game for too damn long.
Yeah,
it's Cuphead, man. Come on.
Give this man what he wants.
That's going to be a great co-op game that you and I can go through,
really
man.
fun. Well, let's see. Co-op. Speaking of co-op, we've got Destiny 2 rumors.
Well, before we get into that, let's talk Call of Duty.
Really? You want to do Call of Duty?
Yeah, because I think we can talk more about Destiny in a second.
You're right. Okay.
So I guess this is still kind of a rumor from. I don't think it's been 100% confirmed by Activision, but at this point, we're all kind of confirming it.
You're right. Yeah.
Basically, Eurogamer kind of got a source, and they leaked this week a picture of and we'll have it up here, of the Call of Duty World War II. Now, they're kind of returning to their roots. Well, I guess in a way they are returning to the roots, but here's the question. Are they going to bring in some weird experimental Nazi thing and it's going to make the game kind of futuristic again? I swear if they put like that... if that Nazi jetpack thing or like some alien
Exosuits.
Things or like...
It looks like, I mean, from what we've seen as far as like the pictures go and any this leaked, again, this is all just rumors. Even the pictures that are leaked are...
They're like a cell phone camera took a picture of them or something.
So, I mean, it's just, from the looks of it, it's just going to be back to World War II, nitty and gritty, boots in the ground there, just...
It better be that, but
dirty
it's
looking.
Sledgehammer that's making it, though, and they made Advanced Warfighter.
Yeah.
I think it was or was it Advanced Warfare? Not
Advanced Warfare, yeah.
Warfighter was an old Ghost Recon game. But yeah, so they've got that coming out, or well, we believe that's coming out this year. I think that's a good move, but looking at Call of Duty's track record, I'm not confident about it. Like, they need to, if they're going to do it, they need to make it like the old school Call of Duty,
like two especially. 2 is the one where that's the one I got into, that introduced to, is on the 360 back, or was it on? Yeah, 360. Yeah. It was on there.
I think it was the launch title.
man, if they could capture that again, where it's just like back to the basics, no crazy like kill streaks and like nukes and all this.
Yeah, we don't need. I mean, if they want to do that in multiplayer, maybe
I-
like have some of that, but maybe
Yeah.
maybe make the multiplayer more like World at War.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah, that was a great one where it was
Mhm.
you just had the your basic weapons. You've got your basic the radar. What was it? Radar, helicopter, and then dogs.
yeah. Well, you know what
What was wrong with that?
I mean, maybe think something. What they should do is some companies to take like the mechanics from Overwatch, right,
Yeah.
and make a World War II game kind of like that, where not like with the futuristic stuff, but where every character has a point. You know what I mean?
So kind of like because I mean they kind of do that in Battlefield,
In a
Or
way,
you
yeah,
have-
but
even more so where you have
like
you
it's
have to
more
get
kind of like an
skills.
arena in
Well,
a
'cause-
way.
Yeah, because the Call of Duty games up until now had the Destiny style ultimates and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Where
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I could kind of see that where they would give you a character class maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That could be interesting.
Or they could take it back to like Modern Warfare 1 a little bit, where it's still more simple and you can get the perks and stuff like that. But I don't know. So I want to remain confident in this. The one thing that I liked about when Sledgehammer did that Advanced Warfare one was the cutscene animation,
yeah,
because I think that one had Kevin Spacey in it.
right.
And
right.
so I would like to see them do something like that with this, a cool World War II story. To be honest with you, though, maybe I don't even care about the single player, because when I first started playing Call of Duty, I would like a solid Call of Duty World War II game, or even I would take like an old school Medal of Honor. Because there was that time where we were just oversaturated with World War II games, and everyone was like, I'm tired of it.
Right.
I want Vietnam now. And then we had all the slew of Vietnam games come
That's
out.
right,
I mean,
yeah.
we had Battle for Vietnam, Shell Shock, NAM 76 or whatever it was. There's some like crazy, we had all these weird Vietnam games coming out. And then we just went to this whole future warfare type of thing. So,
I didn't like it.
nah.
But I think I think people are kind of over it at this
Mhm.
point. That's what it seems like is
Because
happening.
Battlefield 1 was a big hit.
I feel like don't we have games like isn't Unreal making or Unreal Tournament or Quake? Aren't those making?
Well, there's a new
a comeback?
Quake. There's a new Quake game coming out, yes.
And all this focus on like bringing it back to arena shooter and having it just simple.
Simple. I would like a new Unreal Championship.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Like when I was playing the new Doom, that felt a lot similar to the old school Unreal.
Yeah, the multiplayer did for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they keep it simple, they keep it like that. What was it? Saving Private Ryan type feel. I can get with that.
Yeah, that would be great if they did a whole new, because what was it? Allied Assault, I think it was on Medal of Honor, and then Call of Duty when they had those D-Day invasions. When you're doing those Normandy invasions, like
Well, it's not going to be that again. It can't.
no,
be,
well,
right?
no. I mean, why not? Like, why not give us a new version of that where
Mhm.
it's new graphics and everything? Like, maybe not do it like Allied Assault, where it was pretty much mimicking Saving Private Ryan almost to a T, where you go underwater and you're seeing the bullets fly by and
Yeah.
stuff. But
Because I mean, at this point, what else is there to do? I mean, we've been on pretty much every front. We've been on.
I mean, they could do like, okay, you remember how Hell's Highway did it, where it had a genuine story to it?
Sure.
Where maybe do something like that,
Band
where
of
you're,
Brothers type.
you know,
thing.
like a Band of Brothers type thing, where you have like someone really telling a story, and then it kind of transitions back in time to where that event's. So maybe start at D-Day, and then go to like the Battle of the Bulge, or like just do all these different campaigns, or kind of do what Battlefield did, where you had a bunch of different people in a bunch of different settings and fronts of the war, and have them play their story out.
Well, I was going to say, from the looks of the pictures, that's kind of what I'm getting the
Mhm.
feel of it. Like it's going to be a squad, and you're following the squad, because it always seems to be multiple people in a shot. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's just what it looked like to me. So maybe that'll be it. Maybe it'll be like its actual squad with a
See,
story.
that would be
following
cool.
them.
Like, it would be cool if they, because Hell's Highway had that squad mechanic. I kind of wish that they would do a World War II game, kind of like Full Spectrum Warrior. I don't know if you ever played that. You were like a Marine, and basically you didn't actually fire your weapon. Basically, you controlled these 4 guys, and you would say, okay, you run over here, you suppressive fire, and take these 2 and
it
go
was
over
more
here.
of like a strategy type game.
Yeah,
I
but
see.
it was still third person.
Yeah,
like I would even like to see that. I don't know. I want the series to shake it up a little bit.
Sure,
because
it's-
Call of Duty was that killer war game when it came out on PC all
And now
those
it's
years
just
ago.
gotten it's turned into this like just
it's a moneymaker.
Yeah,
like,
every year they have to come out with the iteration, keep it more or less the same, so it doesn't shake up too many players that are trying to.
And it scares me a
or
little
whatever.
bit because I feel like they're just trying to take a page from EA because they saw what Battlefield did. Because I don't know what the development cycle is on Call of Duty games, but I don't think it's long enough for it to be. I want to say that each title almost feels rushed. Like they've got a story together real quick. We got this. We got these ideas, guys. Okay, start development. You got 2 years to get it out. That's it. Get to it. I mean, again, I could be wrong on that, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm ready for that series to shake it up a little bit. I want to see some cool new mechanics.
I mean they've got Battlefield 1 to compete with, so I mean that's probably going to be around for a while. Battlefield 4 was around for
I
quite
don't
a few
think
years.
we'll see a new Battlefield.
Not for a while.
No,
They don't
at least
usually
not
push,
this year.
Yeah, they don't usually. They keep those in like what was 4 years, I think, but the last one came out 4 years ago or something like that. So it's going to be a while until we see that.
They'll probably be. I want to say I bet a lot of that team went over to make the next Battlefront.
Probably.
Because it seems
That
like
would
that's
make
what they're
sense.
doing, kind of jumping.
Because that could use a refresh as well.
That needs a huge refresh.
I mean, that was a really good start to it. I think very limited as far as content went, but I think they should probably return to that. That would be a cool concept.
That would be a great, and like this time, do what you do with Battlefield 1, but make it Star Wars.
Yeah.
Leave the vehicles where I can jump in and out of them. Don't throw me where I got to find something to get in the vehicle. No, like just give me the vehicle. Like it's not hard to make that game right, and somehow they didn't do it right.
They never had vehicles in Call of Duty though, right?
No, not Call of Duty. Well, did they?
They had, you know what? They had tanks in World at War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe they'll go back to having vehicles again.
That would be kind of cool. Like
that was absent from the series. I mean, I've been so out of Call of Duty, but I can't remember there being vehicles in the multiplayer. I think it's all just soldier based.
I mean, they had like the UAV stuff where you can get the perks and go up. And
yeah, you got the remote controlled Predator drones and things.
So there was
that.
stuff like that, but as far as like Battlefield style vehicles, no. I mean, in my opinion, I still think the best game that ever used vehicles was the original Halo.
So we're hoping for maybe squad based something, which sounds like it'd be more like Battlefield. Maybe that would bring on bigger maps. You'd have to. I mean, I would only imagine World War II, they could really expand on the maps.
They could do a lot.
Probably a story. Want a good World War II story. I think they're going to still focus on that. I mean, there's still Call of Duty's still been pretty
story based for a while.
Story based. So
we'll see. That. Yeah. So basically, I'm excited to see what they do with it. But if you have to ask me, I'm not overly confident.
Yeah.
That it's going to be delivered well or executed well.
But thanks for listening to us, I guess. We wanted World War II and you gave it to us.
Yeah. I mean, I was saying that when the last couple Call of Duties come out, like, just please take it back to World War II.
Yeah,
like, it was simpler.
Don't put it down until we see it. Let's just...
Oh, yeah, I'm not knocking it yet. I'm not remaining confident right now. I'm not overly confident, but I am excited to see what it turns out to be. So
hopefully it's good.
But you were saying Destiny 2. That was a big kind of reveal.
Destiny 2, man, that came out when they showed it off on the 28th of March. That reveal trailer, where they just they didn't show much. I mean, it's just
a teaser,
just a teaser,
which I actually really loved that.
Yeah, he was talking in a bar to you. He's telling a story of what's going down. So it looks like the tower, what we know as a tower, has been attacked. The home world or the base or whatever.
And this was actually revealed in the trailer that came out like a day or two later.
Right. And they've got sure, because they're showing scenes of it as they're busting through the walls in the teaser as well. Like, so something's happening on the home planet. We've got to get out of there. All our loot's gone. Starting fresh. What do you think? What do you think of what you've seen so far?
So now, as I've said before, we just talked about Destiny a couple episodes back, but
in the space in the top 5,
as I said there, I didn't play enough of Destiny. I got as high as level as I could before I could start doing raids. You guys bailed on me for raids, so I never got to really do a proper raid. I tried to do one of them by myself, but then I got to the point where you had to have somebody there to make it pass. So
push some buttons for you. Yeah.
So I mean, I never made it past a raid, but with this time, with it rolling around and kind of giving everybody the fresh start, I'm probably going to try and jump on it the moment it comes out. If we got enough friends that are playing it,
Yeah.
I'll jump on this time. I'll check it out. Maybe we can do a proper review for it.
Because it seems like so it's going to be like a fresh start. It looks like
everybody gets a fresh start.
Everyone doesn't seem like our characters will care. I mean,
No,
this is all speculation.
No, from what I'm reading is your characters won't be ported over.
Right.
No, it's a new start, new fresh. Like I don't know that. I mean, I could see them giving like some sort of aesthetic, like something that like maybe a cape or something that
sure
is remembrance of your old character. But I think for the most part, this is a brand new start.
We want to see some new classes with new skills. You know, get rid of the hunter and the warlock class and all those, and start completely new. From the sound of the notes or the release that they put out as well, it was like they were completely rehashing the engine, starting fresh, so they can further put in like more DLC and expand on it further and give us more content. And
you know what else I noticed in the trailer, and I haven't seen this mentioned too many places, but it's something that kind of stood out for me from the get-go. I think there's going to be sides.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be two sides you can choose from, like kind of think World of Warcraft where you've got Alliance and Horde. I think they're going to do something like that because remember you have Gaul talking to all those Guardians, and then you've got that guy joking.
Sincade.
Yeah, I guess that's who he is. I'm not sure.
I think,
and basically he's talking to a different set of people, and they're saying, "Oh, we got to go get Gaul," and Gaul's saying, "You are the Guardians." So I think there's going to be two sides you can choose from, and I don't know, like if maybe you've got a buddy that you play with, if you both need to choose the same side. I don't know how that's going to play into the whole paradigm of the game, but I think that's something that kind of stood out for me, and I kind of like that idea.
I do too. Yeah,
Give us two factions to fight on.
Yeah, because they kind of gave you that, but never really. You know, they teased at it with having the factions in the first Destiny game, where you could kind of join the get your points towards that.
But you could join multiple factions at the same time.
It didn't really. It wasn't that fleshed out. Like I said, it's not something that you're permanent set to. So it'd be interesting to have that two different factions and maybe have stuff that's like exclusive to one side. Then
and what I would think would really be cool is kind of do like a Chrome Hounds type thing. Did you ever play Chrome Hounds? So it had a multiplayer function where basically, and it would reset after so many days or whatever. Maybe it was even a month. I can't remember, but basically you'd have the two faction sides with the multiple factions, and these factions would fight over in territories that were multiplayer maps. And if the team was overly winning, your faction took over that area, and the other teams would go and fight that area to kind of take it back over. I think they could do something really cool with Destiny like that. You have the two factions, and maybe you have these different planets, and the factions can battle over the planets, and whoever is predominantly winning captures it, and then after so many days it resets and it's a battle again. Like I think that could really spur the multiplayer and like the arena modes and stuff like that, and just really get people into that.
Well, it's got to be something, because I mean they tried to put a huge focus. I know towards the end of Destiny's life cycle, they put a huge focus on the multiplayer with more adding more Iron Banner events and really trying to get people to go in and play the multiplayer side of things, the PvP. So having something like that where you have an open area where factions can throw down and fight, I feel like that is just a natural progression of the game.
Oh yeah, like for sure. Like there's maybe it's not natural progression. I see what you're saying.
But I mean, because you gotta if they're looking to give you more multiplayer options, like really open it up to where you've got the regular the team deathmatch and all that stuff, but then have like maybe something where you're out in the world and you're running into other player characters, and they're on their other faction, and that would be cool and stuff like that.
And that would be cool. Like give us those random encounters.
Because from what I was hearing, they have the different planets now that you can go to, which are much more open world based, where you can kind of just go anywhere you want. They have they were saying that they're going to have Saturn already. They were teasing that Saturn in itself was going to be an open world environment where it's going to be bigger than all of the planets so far in Destiny 1 put together. And this is just something you can roam about in. There's going to be different towns you can go visit in these planets, like different outposts, each with different quest givers. It sounds to me like they're really trying to make it more into an MMO.
And that's what I wanted it to be from the get-go.
Yeah, I think that's what we're all kind of expecting.
And speaking of which, if they do go that route, they need to make like a good LFG system.
Yeah.
Because that was my biggest complaint. Like I'd get to the moment to do raids, but unless I had friends that would jump on with me, you had to go to like some website to find a group of people.
You'd have to go outside of you have to go out of your way you have to sign up for another site and stuff like that.
Like so they should make that simple. Give us like a party finding system,
Final Fantasy style.
Yeah,
looking for group, and you can
Mm-hmm. So that you can get your group together and move forward. Now, with that said, and we know all our loot is gone, so everybody's starting fresh. You get the same weapons.
My Galahorn.
Oh no. Not the Galahorn.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have something else that's going to be super hard to find and very rare, and
that's fine. Yeah, keep the loot. Keep the loot.
Have those videos of the people freaking out. I got the Galahorn.
Yeah,
that's as I want that more. I'm more of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Please. So yeah, I'm so cool with that. But would you like to see maybe a change in how like maybe more customizable character attire and stuff like that?
Yeah, like give you I gave you actual because the first one had where you can put on different armors and they change your appearance and stuff. So maybe have like where you can keep your appearance, you know what I mean? Kind of like
from the old one.
Well, no, I mean like how in some games
switch.
You can
Diablo
choose your armor set and then just have everything else just kind of look like that.
Yeah, I think doesn't Diablo have that where you can lock it down? I know exactly. I think one of the Final Fantasies had that as well.
Well, 14 has it.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah,
but because I remember in 1 that would always happen. I'd get like, oh man, my guy looks so cool, and then I get this new armor that has the thing I need, like the ability I needed or something like that.
But it's ugly.
So yeah, that'd be cool to add that in there too.
So yeah, and then I'd also like to see, and it sounds like they're kind of gearing up for that, or for at least for this, a stronger story. Because that's what actually lured me into Destiny in the first place. Wasn't the whole multiplayer aspect, but was that it was kind of advertised as start your journey, create your destiny, if you will. But it was supposed to have this kind of story to it, and I don't know, the story was kind of short-lived.
Okay, the problem was so in Destiny 2, when they do this, let's just say they better not bring back the Grimoire cards.
Like, oh, I forgot all about those.
Okay, they're fun to collect. Fun as far as like if you like collecting postage stamps, but that was the way to get the story in that game.
That's right, and that's
where the problem was. It's very like because Dark Souls does the very same thing where you get pieces of the story in random places like on item descriptions and stuff like this. That was how Destiny 1 felt, where like I wanted to be invested in it, but all it's just like, oh, this guy's bad, go shoot him, and then look at cards online to find out why you're doing that. I hope they improve on that for sure, because that was one of probably the lowest point. I mean, the good thing it had such good gameplay, because otherwise there wasn't really much interesting going on there, I think.
No, but yeah, so it's deliberate, and I get that there's some people out there that value gameplay over story.
Sure.
I'm not one of those people. I actually prefer a strong story, but I want a good gameplay too, which is...
If you're spending hundreds of hours in this game...
I want to know why I'm doing it.
Right.
And don't force me to read a novel, which I love reading. I mean, I'll sit in my room at night and read for hours, but don't force me to read when I'm playing a game. I want to be absorbed into this world.
Yeah,
I want to
immersed.
Yeah, and like
reading
I don't
text
mind
on the
reading.
Is not immersion.
Yeah, like Mass Effect is okay.
Or going to your phone and reading the Grimoire cards on the Bungie app to get the story.
I don't need that. No, and like Mass Effect. I think Mass Effect in a way does that really well, where they delivered the story. But if you really want to get deeper, there's the emails you can read between the people. There's a lot of additional stuff. That's fine, but deliver the brunt of the story. Deliver it to me. Don't force me to seek it out and read about it, because that just wasn't fun. And it sounds like this new one, with the whole way they've done the trailers and the teasers, that there's going to be more of a story with it. And was that Nolan North?
Yeah,
Or was-
Nolan. Yeah, Nolan. That was because
I know he-
Taken King when they did the Taken King, and they brought on Nolan North as the voice actor for Cage. So that kind of
Mhm.
brought in. They fleshed him out more, and I think they had that in mind for Destiny 2. I think that's why they kind of did that. Now that all makes sense.
Okay.
Looking at it, because they gave him and then Gaul as well in the Taken King. They gave him more of a personality, and you can see why now. That
Yeah.
makes that. Yeah.
Well, see, that was really
Destiny
cool.
2.
So yeah, I mean that's what we want to see. We want to see the raids return like they used to because I definitely want
for sure they're gonna have raids. They're gonna have all that stuff.
The
I want to see.
multiplayer.
I want to see the party cap obviously raised from 3 players. That
Oh, it did only have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, increase that to like 8. Allow us to have 8 people in a party, man.
that'd be cool with me.
And then they did okay. So just to announce, it was release date. What, September 1st?
Yeah.
Okay, so September 1st is the release date.
September 8th.
Oh, September 8th. Okay.
September 8th. Yeah.
So September 8th is the release date, and then we've got a beta starting this summer. And then I think here in May, Bungie's going to release the first gameplay video,
Yeah.
which is supposed to go up on their website. And guys, we'll post links in the description to the full trailers. We have some videos here, but we'll post links to the full trailers, so you can go check those out. It does. I am excited to check this out this time. I
You just
think
gotta pre-order the game. I think you pre-order the game and you get access to
the beta, and then they also said that there would be exclusive content to PlayStation.
Again. Yeah,
But
which was on the first one as well. If you guys
Yeah.
remember that, they got more, a couple extra weapons and like 2 extra multiplayer maps, something like that. So,
Mhm.
man, again, just going back to Xbox, what is?
I mean, I just think they
no one loves that thing. They're just,
and I just think Xbox, they need to step it up and start listening to gamers more. But I think we've kind of run a little long here.
I think so.
Sorry, we've talked your ear off today, but we wanted to kind of talk about those 2 different things, both surprisingly from the Activision camp.
Yeah.
But other than that, there hasn't really been much going on in the gaming world this week other than what we talked about. So I guess we could start wrapping it up here. But guys, before we go, one more time, wanted to mention the giveaway. Again, go check out episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
It is episode 4, right? It's
Episode
episode
4.
4, where I have my review for Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
And to enter for your chance to win, this is the grand prize and this is the second place prize. So again, go check that out. Comment, subscribe. Check us out on Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram, we're all
Gonna get a
over the
Twitter
socials,
soon.
The Twitters.
We'll get to the Twitterverse soon. It's just in case you can't tell, we have a hard time getting our thoughts into 144 characters or less.
Yeah.
So we like the longer platforms. And on Facebook, we kind of tend to post more updated news, more regular news. Like, for instance, this week we posted the trailers the day they came out. So if you want more up-to-minute news, make sure to head on over to our Facebook page, give that a like. And other than that, guys,
What are you looking forward to this week? What do you got going on?
I'm excited to check out Persona 5, even though I've still got to finish up Mass Effect, finish up Horizon, keep working on the speedrun for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot on my plate, but I'm excited because Persona, man, that's going to take so much time.
Tell me about it. That's going to be my project.
That's going to be his first review.
So I loved Persona 4 Golden. As far as JRPGs go, I've got to say it is my favorite. It is my favorite. I haven't played a single RPG game that I
that you
finished.
I was going to say finished.
Finished. Yeah, actually, okay. I don't. Yeah, I told you at the beginning. ADHD. One of the two. I have that. Makes it hard to play. But these games,
mental problems.
Persona 5 is going to be freaking fun. I can't wait.
That is
it's
going to be exciting. It's going to be fun.
That's the only thing on my radar for this
and,
week. So.
From what I'm hearing, a lot of people are loving it.
Yeah.
Loving it. I had a friend who got it early, and he loves it.
So,
anyways, guys, want to thank you for joining us this week. You guys have an awesome week. And sorry we ran a little bit long. Sorry we talked your ear off. But, and also, guys, this weekend, hopefully we get it up. Chances are either you'll see it go live or you'll have to catch it later. We're going to have our first episode of Super Drunk Knobs, which is going to be a more mature show.
Yeah.
In that we can't, once we have a few, once it touches our lips, guys,
libations.
There may be words that come out that may not be friendly to younger ears. So just want to throw that out there. But we're going to try and do that this weekend and get that out there.
Drunk Souls!
Drunk Souls. You're going to finally watch me able to. I'm going to try and get good.
This guy's going to get good.
He's going to be me. I got my coach. He's back and he's like, get him, Rock. Come on, Rock.
We'll see how this goes.
So we're going to try and get that this weekend. We'll have it segmented out and broken down. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up really fast because we've talked your ear off today. Thanks for joining us. Have a safe week. Game your hearts out. And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, guys. Have a good one. See ya.